everybody, a warm welcome to Wisdom from North, the place where we're diving into the deeper meaning of life and asking the big questions. My name is Jannecke, and today I'm here with lecturer, writer and coach Vahr, who is known in Norway to really inspire and teach people to follow their dreams and follow their hearts. And she has written the book Dream Power. I've translated it into English. And Dear Life. And now she has followed another dream and written her first novel, actually. It's in Norwegian now. It's called The Gift. And it's nominated for the Norwegian
Booksellers Prize.
Booksellers Prize 2016. Yeah. And it has become very popular already. And it's actually very fascinating because it's about this woman, Anne Brandfjell, who is Ellen's great-great-grandmother who lived in Norway in the 19th century, who had a gift. She had a gift of seeing, and she was also a folk healer. And she became very well known in Norway in the 19th century. And was called like a wise woman. And we're going to learn more about her story today. Welcome and congratulations with a new book.
Thank you.
And this is a dream that you have been following. You wanted to write this novel of your great-great-grandmother. Yes. Can you tell us why it was so important for you to get this story out?
This has been a dream from I was a little girl. Because when I was a little girl, my grandmother told this story to me, and she inspired me so much. And at that time I was very fascinated by her story as a folk healer, but later now I'm just as much inspired by her journey to become the famous folk healer. What was the outer and inner battles she has had to fight to become this folk healer who helped so many people.
Yes, because it was a very different environment in Norway in the 19th century.
To understand her story, we have to understand the time she was living in, because she was born in 1815 and Norway was one of the poorest countries in Europe at that time.
But she had a mentor, right? Like this character, Elseby.
Yeah. And I think that was what helped her a lot when she was a young girl. Because when she lived out in the countryside, when she was a young girl, there was a folk healer there who taught her how to read the nature and the plants. So she learned everything about medicinal herbs from this mentor, Elseby.
Yeah, and people were very skeptical to Elseby.
Yeah.
Yes, but Anna, she really liked her.
Yeah, she liked her a lot. And Elseby taught her that every plant had imprinted a signature so that she could read what she could use each plant for. You know, cured heart-formed shaped leaves.
Like kind of a law of attraction, like attracts light?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this rational medicine that she learned from this mentor Elseby, that was inherited in generations down. So this is old knowledge.
But would you call it rational medicine or irrational?
No, rational.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, using the nature. But then, of course, she also learned mystical medicine. Yeah.
Right.
And, of course, the mystical medicine was the one who scared many people.
So what is mystical medicine?
Mystical medicine is often the medicine that was written down in the black books.
In the black books?
Yeah. And it was different formulas or prayers and blessings that they had to say when they visited a sick person. They had to pull out this cross and say the formulas to bless the person and drive away the evil spirits that had taken place in the person. And then she used, that was also a part of this mystical medicine, she used lead that she melted and poured into cups of water, and then she took out a lump of lead afterwards and could analyze what kind of sickness the person had.
Right.
Yeah.
And so back to the herbs, like and this knowledge, is that knowledge that we still have, or has it disappeared, or where did it come from? A lot of questions.
Yeah. Where shall I start? Okay. Of course, it's very old, and I have done a lot of research on this, and we can see all the way back to Egyptian papyri, written down 1500 years before Christ. They wrote down herb recipes, and we think that it came from watching animals, how they healed their wounds. For example, a deer licking a wound after eating leaves of sage, or a sparrow putting pine resin to a sore foot. And then they wrote down these recipes, and then of course it has been used and tried, and new knowledge. And of course in Norway we have Norwegian herbs, and in foreign countries they have other herbs. But Anne Brandfjell, she thought that the herbs in Norway could cure Norwegian diseases. So
it's very local, in a way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the same for other countries.
Wow. That really shows me, or if that's true, that everything is really connected, and it's so intelligent.
Yeah, exactly. It's intelligent, and I think one of your questions was about today, and I think the modern people today, we are longing back to this intelligence. We yearn to come back to this intelligence and learn more about it. We have come so far from ourselves and the nature.
Yeah.
So I think more and more people are very interested in learning about the nature and the plants.
We see that indigenous people have a lot of this wisdom, and the Sami people is speaking about it as well.
Yeah.
Like healing through nature.
So I think this part has survived today, but this mystical medicine, of course, has not survived. maybe in some people, but it is the herbs and the nature,
right,
that has survived today. But of course, the folk healers, or these wise women, they disappeared when modern medicine came, and we got more formal doctors.
They weren't that needed anymore.
They were not needed anymore. But Anne Brandfjell, what was special with her was that she filled a gap in medicine at her time, because she was the one who found the cure for rickets.
Right.
So, and this was long before science found the cure. And what she understood was that you had to use sunlight and cod liver oil. So that is vitamin D.
Okay.
And
has she been recognized for finding the cure for that?
in a way,
yeah.
Because I know people who are studying medicine or nursing. Many have read about Anne Brandfjell and her using cod liver oil and and D vitamin. So at least, they know about her, and also that she also got this recognition from King Oscar the Second.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
and she had a tough journey, and you're mostly writing about her journey. And it seems to me that people often have a difficult journey before they become successful, because she became really successful. But my goodness, I mean, it was a really tough journey. I was like, no, not now. Things must start to get better for this woman. Yeah, and there's a love story there, which you don't know where it's going to go.
Yeah.
It's really exciting. Do you think sometimes that we need to go through these really hard journeys before it finally just opens up in a way?
Yeah, unfortunately, I think this applies for all of us, that it's really tough to be a human being, and it's not only for people born with spiritual gifts or gifts of grace, or I think it applies for everybody, no matter what kind of talent or what kind of dreams we have. I think it can be quite a struggle, but if we can learn from it, we get wiser and wiser. Yeah.
So what is your main message with this book? Why was it so important to write it?
I had to write this book because I think she has a lot to tell us today. And I think her main message is that we have to wake up and not sleep anymore, and be courageous, because we all have a voice, we all have a purpose in life, and that's what I believe. And there is a major change today in the world. So I think we have to step up and use our voice and dare to be whole persons, because she did hide this gift, and I think
for a long time,
for a very long time, and I think that many people can recognize their own story in this, that we long to do something, and but then we are ashamed of, or we are afraid that people won't like it, and we are afraid to be different, and we are afraid of all sorts of things.
And I just want to mention also, you had a story too,
Yeah.
a tough story. I mean, you've been pushing through your own fears, and because you haven't always been a lecturer and a coach and a writer.
No. I worked in insurance and finance for 20 years. And when I was a child, I was a philosopher in my head. I was dreaming and I was thinking, and then this did not fit in. Like her gift did not fit in, you know. And so I became something rational. I took a degree and had a very good career, but then I could not go on any longer, because there was something else inside of me that I felt so strongly I had to do this different thing, the thing I was here to do, my purpose. But it was not from one day to another. It took me some years to find the courage to say, oh, here I am. I like to work with people. I would like to write inspiring books. I would like to talk to people about what my thoughts are. It took a very long time for me to dare to do this. And I was quite shy, so it was very hard for me to tell my story and to write about this thing and to stand on a podium and speak. It was almost impossible. So I can relate very much to her journey, even if our gifts are different and our journeys are different. I can relate to it, and I think many other people can relate to this hard journey. But then there's hope, and that I have to say it. The book for me is about trust and about hope.
Trust in life, or
Yeah,
yourself?
trust in life.
Okay.
And hope, and that it is very important to do this journey, and that it at all is not selfish. Many people say, "Oh, it's so selfish," but it's quite the opposite.
To follow your dream.
To follow your dream and follow your heart and follow your journey is quite the opposite, because everything that comes from the heart is it benefits all.
So if I follow my heart, I will help others in a way.
Yeah. Then you will help yourself and others.
Yeah, I just want to thank you for really coming out with this message, especially in Norway, following your dreams, because we have of course other voices that are very opposite that, who are saying that we shouldn't follow our dreams.
Yes, and especially now in this period of time we are living in, because so many people feel the same as I have felt and still feel, and I know you also feel, and a lot of people would like to come out with their messages and gifts, and then the other voice gets stronger.
Yeah.
And that's why it is so hard, because it tries to hold this voice of love back. But I think if more people go out there and speak with love and trust, I think it's hope for that we can be a more harmonious world, more conscious world.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Now this book, will it come in English at some point, or?
Well, I really hope that this book will be published in English. It's an ongoing discussion, so I don't know at this point, but I really hope it will be published in English.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Thank you so much, Ellie.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
And thank you so much for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't before. Much light from Oslo. Bye bye.
Bye.